And well, I'm back. This is hopefully my last run on the marathon, and this is also one of my main speed games. This is a classic from the PlayStation. This is Pac-Man World. The category is all levels. I'm gonna be having a good amount of time to talk about that later on the run. So let's start with it. First, I'm gonna be preparing a special setup, so we can save a half of a second on the loading screen. Hold on. And in which consists that setup? Well, you just need to load the game and then quit it, and with that you're gonna be saving a half of a second starting our run. Nice admission, by the way. Okay, the time is gonna start once I start a new game. So 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, this is Pac-Man World. So from Mario Universe, we moved to the Pac-Man Universe. From Super Mario World, we moved to the Pac-Man World. And well, a game released in 1999, 3D platforming game. We're gonna be enjoying here the main movement technique of the game, which is the zigzagging. Basically, this means just to press up, left, up, right up, right down, and vice versa. Because for some reason, Pac-Man moves faster like that. It's gonna look like if he's having a seizure, but this is gonna be the reason. This is gonna be the main technique that we're gonna be using in order to move Pac-Man slightly faster. And here we're not having a little out of mount streak because we don't have there any invisible wall. So I suppose that we needed to dash on the other static platform, which is gonna open the gate. But we're speedrunners; we don't follow the rules anyway. So, well. Now we began the game on Buccaneer Beach, the first stage of the game. There's nothing here, but we're forced to play this stage in order to access to the rest of the game. And yes, I forget this. I used to quit my memory card because I'm dumb and sometimes I forget to skip the save game section, but I decided to have it here for the run because if for some reason something bad happens later, I'm gonna save the game. The reason for this is because when you run out of lives, the only way to continue the game is to load a save file. So just in case that I'm on a quarter section of the game and I'm low on lives, I'm gonna be saving my progress because that's gonna be the way that I'm gonna be able to load the game again in case that I get an unfortunate game over screen. Fortunately, that has never happened on any of my marathon runs, but I was practicing this game some days ago and I died on the very last stage before facing Talkman, which is the last boss of the game. And well, we have 6 sections on this island. We can go through any order on those islands, but I'm gonna be going through the specific order. Because also on every section we have, well, here we have a small invisible wall, but if we make it bounce like that, we can avoid it without problems. You can try this at home, that's not complicated to do. And well, here at GhostSenpai, we're gonna be getting a key. And why do I require a key? Why do I need to get a key in the game? Well, because that's related to the plot of the game. We're gonna be using this key to rescue Pac-Man friend. So the plot of the game is that this was released in 1999 because in the year 2000, the arcade game released in 1980 was gonna turn 20 years old. And actually, Pac-Man is up to this year 41 years old, and yes, we are old. And I forgot that I needed to break that chest on the bottom, but there's no problem. I have another crumble here. I don't know why I forgot to do that because I used to do that all the time. And while this effect continues, I'm gonna be moving through here, so I'm gonna be doing this really fast. So I'm gonna be reaching this strawberry door, and once I open this, I press that switch. This other button is gonna spawn, and after that, I'm gonna get a big kaboom, destroying the cage that was protecting this Pac-Man token. And now with this, I'm gonna be able to save a Pac-Man friend, and that friend is on Crazy Canyon 8, the next stage of the game. So, again, the plot of the game, this got released to celebrate the 20 anniversary of first Pac-Man game. And in the first cutscene, all the people who were invited to the small Pac-Man reunion to celebrate his birthday at his house started to get kidnapped by different things. And once Pac-Man arrives to his home, he saw a gift that was left outside of his home, so he was pretty hyped about that. He was pretty happy, but when he went directly to his home, he noticed that his house was destroyed, was everything a big mess up, so he was really sad. So when he walked sadly out of his house again, he found some invitations claiming that there was a party on Ghost Island where you're gonna be able to meet the real Pac-Man live and in person. And obviously Pac-Man knew that he was never invited to that party, so he supposed that something that was something related to why his house was a mess up and his friends weren't here. So when we arrived to the island, one of the ghosts noticed that and told that to Talkman, which is an evil robot who is trying to personalize Pac-Man and make that the rest of the ghosts believe that he's the real Pac-Man. And obviously Talkman got mad with the ghosts because it's supposed that they needed to kidnap Pac-Man, but they just noticed that they kidnapped Miss Pac-Man and all Pac-Man friends instead of kidnapping Pac-Man, so they need to be really quick in order to try to stop Pac-Man and preventing to save his friends and... Oh, this is bad. And preventing to save his friends and to just to stop evil Talkman plans. So, well, that's the objective of the game. We need to rescue Pac-Man friends, and at the same time we need to defeat Talkman. All levels is intended any percent category of the game, because also there's an any percent category where you use a glitch on the bonus phases where you can skip stages, and also 100% you skip stages. You skip the bosses stages because the bosses doesn't give to you any percentage to the game, so those are not required. But the reason why I like all levels, because that's a way to showcase all the levels that the game has, as the name suggests. And also, some people, well, from the runners of the game, they prefer to go for any percent instead of all levels because they don't like the boss fights, but the third boss of this game is my favorite boss, so that's the main reason why I like this category. So I'm gonna wait until this ghost moves a bit so I can move slightly safe, because I am low on health. If I receive damage again, I'm gonna die. So obviously I don't want that to happen. And we rescue here Puka. The name of this character is Puka, not Dick Dog. It's a character from Dick Dog, right? And maybe you're wondering, okay, why does Puka is in the game? Well, we have two reasons for that. First of all, he's a character from Namco, and this game was developed from Namco, and they were mostly on a plan that, okay, we own the rights of the character, let's put him on the game. That's the first reason. The second reason was because at the beginning, Namco was planning that the people that was gonna be invited to the party were gonna be another Namco characters, but that idea was scratched at the end. I don't know exactly the reason. Maybe they ran out of time to make the 3D models of the characters, and then they decided to use Pac-Man friends and family. But then they noticed that Pac-Man doesn't have no characters for the 6 islands, so they decided to include Puka, and that's everything. HMS Weinbach, first boss of the game, and after that, the first chasing section, we're gonna be getting some cannonballs fired against us, and we need to take those back to the ship. 6 hits and we're done. Okay, we got the first 2 hits. And I'm not getting a very good pattern with the switches. Okay, that was a hit, that was good. And again, this is the only category where you face all bosses. Okay, just 1 hit and we're done. There we go. First section of the island completed. We have 6 friends in total, and you need to rescue all of them, because otherwise the game is not gonna load the last section of the game, and also it's not gonna unlock Talkman's boss fight. The only way that that stage gets unlocked is that you need to rescue all Pac-Man friends. And now Chris's Cavern, this stage is skipped on any percent because this has nothing. There are some long stages that have nothing, so that's the stages that usually are skipped. Because the important things that we have to notice here are just to get the keys and Pac-Man friends. And this is the only item of the game that has 2 stages instead of 3. The reason behind this is that there was a third stage in development, but it was never complete. It's hidden on the game code, and you can access to it through Game Sharks. And since the developers were running out of time to complete the game, they decided to squish what they have done on 2 stages. So that's the reason why these stages are pretty long. This and the next stage on the second section of the island that I forgot again the name of the section. And the tiring thing about the run is to perform the zigzags. And sometimes, well, there have been some runners that got their left thumbs hurt due to that. I was close to getting hurt some days ago. I almost burned my thumb practicing this game some days ago. Because I haven't done runs in a while, and I was planning to run this game again because I really like it to run it. And now we have here a little out of bounds trick because this saves 30 seconds. It's supposed that we need to follow a really long path where we're gonna be able to open a door, which is gonna open well, we're gonna open a door that was gonna have a switch, and that switch was gonna open another door under the water. That's what's gonna lead to us to enter that section. But instead of that, we just make that out of bounds thing. Something that I need to mention on the game is that some things are gonna look solid, but the real secret behind them is that there are some elements on the background that are not solid, so I need to be careful with that things, and also there are not invisible walls in some sections, so I am able to do stuff like we have seen before on the stage with that first out of bounds trick. We're gonna be watching more of those elements in the rest of the game, so don't feel worried about that. And also I'm playing the American version, which is the hardest version of the game. It's supposed that for this category you need to use the Japanese version, because in the Japanese version your health gets refilled every time you finish a stage. That's something that doesn't happen on the American version, so you need to be really careful about that. That's the reason why also this is the American version is the best for any percent, and for other categories you need to play the Japanese version. And also some bosses are more easier and take less time to get completed, but we can get used to that without problems. And I forgot that there was a spider up there because I was trying to reach the next spot because there was a chest with a piece of health. But since I died, I don't need that piece of health because I got my health refilled. But at which coast I got this? So there's a spider here, but I need to put in this spot, otherwise that spider is gonna come down. And if I bounce there, I'm gonna receive damage, and I'm not gonna be able to keep moving on this next section. So zigzagging helps to you a lot to reach all of these spots. And yes. Okay, this is something tricky. Sometimes you can die there. I was close to die. I'm really glad that I haven't died there because you have a really tight section where Pac-Man can land or grab a ledge. Fortunately, I was able to grab the ledge because I haven't reached that spot correctly. And well, this happened. And here I have nothing interesting to mention. But well, on this stage we're going to be having both the friend key. Some stages have bot elements. Well, some sections of the island have bot elements on the same stage. Other sections of the islands have the stuff on different stages. Fortunately, you get for okay. I wasn't able to skip it for you. So in something good about the split stage sections is that you're gonna be getting first the key on a stage, and on the next stage you're gonna be getting a friend. Fortunately, this is not on the other way. You don't see first the friend and then you get the key, because that's gonna make us that's gonna make us lose time. Mostly since you need to repeat a level twice, right? But fortunately, that's not a thing on the game. I'm really glad about that. And well, also you need to zigzag underwater in order to swim slightly faster, because who doesn't love to swim on video games? Okay, now we're gonna be reaching the tricky section of the game. I'm just gonna be having 2 attempts to do it because I don't have my health filled at full, so I'm missing a piece of health. So I'm just gonna be having 2 attempts to do this because I'm gonna be making an escape that is gonna make us save like a minute. Because it's supposed that first I need to reach the section where the Pac-Man friend is. We're gonna be rescuing the Pac Dog here. And once you reach that section, you need to do a little maze and wait until the bananas appear. But we don't do that. We just make this little damage boosting, we reach the key, and we save like a minute. Because we need to open that banana door in order to be able to press the switch, otherwise gonna make that moving platform spawn down, and with that we're gonna be able to get the key. But we're speedrunners, we don't do that because the intended way that you need to press that switch and the bananas are gonna spawn on random spots and you need to chase it. And also every time that you rescue Pac-Man friend, you get a full health restored. And yes, Pac-Man decided to don't grab the ledge. I'm gonna be losing a little amount of time, but it's still been good. I have all of these things considered into my estimate, which is fine. My PB is 1 hour, 10 minutes and 46 seconds. I'm actually in 6th place on the leaderboard. Not so many people run all levels, and usually any person is more active on this game. And I don't know why I died there, that was really frustrating. How much lives I have? Okay, I have 2 lives, but just in case I'm gonna be saving the game after this. I feel confident into being able to defeat the next boss, but just in case that I'm really low in health, or on lives, I was gonna skip entirely the next boss and I was gonna complete the next section of the game, which is also considered as a backup. But I'm not gonna do that, I'm just gonna be saving the game here. I feel confident that unless I'm gonna be losing 1 life on the next boss, which is gonna be something not so bad, and well, ignore what I've said, I haven't saved the game. But it's fine, now let's enter into the hard mode. If I am low on life, I'm gonna quit the stage and then I'm gonna be completing first the next section of the island. So here we are at Anubis Rex. This is a section where, well, this is another boss fight. Boss stage divided into sections. Because here we're gonna be having this chasing section. And after that we're gonna be facing the boss. I don't need to go on the corners because otherwise I'm gonna receive damage like I have received. And there we go. So first things first, this boss is divided in 4 phases. And it's gonna look like something really simple and that's not hard, but believe me, this boss is hard to do on an optimal way, so there's a chance that I move slightly safe, that I may lose some cycles in order to do this safer rather than save time. But also my PB I died trying to get this, so it's gonna be fine anyways. Because once you move through all those switches, Anubis Rex face is gonna open and there's gonna be a heart that we need to destroy, that we need to dash against it. And with that we're gonna move to the next phase. Here on the second phase we have the tornado. That depending on where the Pac-Man is, that tornado is gonna move. So if it's not enough just to skip those lava rocks, we need to do all of these things. And now more complicated stuff. Now on this third phase, we're gonna be having some lava rocks landing directly to the switches. I touched the ball a little bit. But the worst pattern is the next one. Also, this boss is really easier on the Japanese release because the laser beam loops really slow. So I'm gonna wait a little bit in order to do this. I'm gonna do the one on the left first. On the left side. Okay, I have received damage there, but I don't care. And the way that I'm gonna be doing this faster, safer, sorry, is that I'm gonna wait until the laser beam has moved around. And I'm gonna wait again, because I'm gonna do the one on the right. And then I'm gonna jump back. Okay, I'm gonna receive double damage here, but it's gonna be fine. I'm gonna wait until the laser beam has moved. So sometimes trying to escape that laser beam is really complicated. And there we go. Second boss defeated. Fortunately, I haven't died, which I feel really happy about that. I'm really happy that I haven't died there, because that boss is really... This boss is really annoying. Even in a casual way. Casually talking, it's really annoying. And now let's move to my favorite section of the game, the space race. Sorry, the space section. The next stage is called Space Race. Here on this stage we have nothing. We're only having both the key and friend on the next stage, which is far out. So let's enjoy the compressed tracks of the game. And also you can see that there are some Pac-Man elements here. For example, we have the Pac-Dots, we have like small mazes where there are other ghosts that Pac-Man can eat and stuff like that. Like, okay, for a moment I thought that I was gonna fall down. And also something good is that we can use these Pac-Dots as something we can shoot. We can use this as a projectiles. So sometimes I'm gonna be getting some Pac-Dots in order to break some boxes really quick or defeat some enemies. Also, I don't need to grab that checkpoint. It doesn't matter if you damage there. And for example, I have used here some Pac-Dots in order to destroy that box that was gonna have a piece of health. And now more out of bounds stuff, because we're gonna be saving here 30 seconds, because it's supposed that we need to complete that kind of maze, we need to activate that switch. We need to activate that switch, I was gonna turn this into a kind of maze, and the banana is gonna spawn there, and well, you get an idea about what I'm trying to say. But what I wanna be doing is that I just make some bounces here, and I can skip all of this section. I don't need to complete the maze in order to make that wall disappears, because it's supposed that the walls prevent me from keeping going on the stage. But if I do this, I just simply skip that thing and I'm done with that. I don't need to care anymore about it. And I'm gonna do this slowly because I don't want to receive damage. I don't need it to destroy that enemy, but I wanted to do it just for memes and safeness. Because who doesn't love memes? And also, if you listen that the CD auto tracks are messed up, that's because my PS2 is dying. It's almost close to dying, but I haven't been able to find one on a decent price here in my hometown. Unfortunately, retro stuff is sold pretty expensive in where I live. And now, far out, stage where we're going to be finding both the Pac-Man friend and the key. So both elements are on the same section, are really close to them, so that's not gonna take me so much time to get bought. You just destroy that enemy, you're going to press this button, and this button is gonna move. It's gonna let me keep moving on the game. Okay, I wasn't planning to receive damage there, but receive damage, so I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna make the dash in order to complete this section really fast. I press this button, this pack is gonna appear, I'm gonna be flying around. And this is gonna be the first time I'm gonna be doing this on a marathon, because I used to do the intended way, that was to press the green button. That button was gonna make that propeller platform was gonna spawn down, that one. But if you make some bouncings here, you're gonna be able to skip all of that, because you need to come here to the top, press this button, the other blue button on the bottom is gonna spawn, so you can go back. You need to press it, the key is gonna appear and you need to go up again. But doing that is really slow, mostly if you wanna avoid to receive damage due to those laser beams. And there we go, we have rescued Professor Pac. Now I'm gonna be getting that health restored because I really need it. And let's keep going on stage. Give me space. The next stage that we're gonna be playing has nothing but again all levels. We're going to complete all the stages without exceptions. Now, so I prefer to stop here and move safe. I like to take my time in order to complete sections. And also here we're gonna be having a small kind of Pac-Man maze, but that's not required for the run, so just simply skip it and reach the token at the end of the stage. And that's everything on this section. Give me space. Something I like about this stage is that it's pretty chill to complete. There are just few sections that can be annoying, but in general, I really liked mostly this the soundtrack of this section. Mostly, I can consider this is one of my favorite audio tracks of the game because it is really relaxing. It's pretty chill. It's pretty calm to listen to. You need to press these buttons. There's one up here. I'm gonna be catching this because I need to reach that shining spot there. That's gonna teleport me to the next section of the stage. There are some pieces of health. Suppose that I need to receive damage there, but since I wasn't with my health filled at 100%. I decided to move slightly safer in order to get the pieces of health without receiving damage. And also, fortunately, this stage is not really long, so it's not like a big problem to complete. And also, I can dash here and I can fall down and I'm not gonna die. This is something good because on the beta versions of the game, if you do that, you die. Let's get that doesn't happen here on the retail version of the game because I can do that at the end of the stage. And now King Galaxian, this is my favorite boss fight and reason why I like to run all levels. It can be annoying because I can lose up to 3 minutes. This is more than auto-scroller, again another boss stage divided into phases. So we have understood that this game was released to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Pac-Man, the 20th anniversary of Pac-Man, and at the same time we have seen Puka from Dig Dug, so we have got a Dig Dug reference here, but can you catch the reference of this stage? Also, I don't like to talk so much on this stage because I really like to enjoy the soundtrack of this first section. And also, this is the backup route of the game in case that you have died a lot on the second section of the Iceland and you are low on lives when you are gonna face Anubis Rex. Because on this stage you can gain a lot of extra life because we have seen that when we defeat the enemies we get all of these fruits. I really hope that everybody enjoys the reference of this thing. Because we're playing another video game. 3D! And also, we have a checkpoint here, and since this is an auto-scroller, it's really bad to die. That's the only checkpoint we have on the stage. And in some ways, it's like the second section of the game, but I don't like to consider it like that. Because it's almost the same like at the beginning of the stage. So I need to try to be with my health full when I reach the last section of the stage, and I don't know what happened to damage there. That was really weird. Oh well, King Galaxian. We got both Galaga and Galaxian here in the game because why not? What I need to do is I need to destroy King Galaxian Eyes, and after that we're gonna be having again the Galaga's enemies. But at the same time, King Galaxian is gonna be shooting some yellow beams against us, and also the other enemies are gonna be trying to do that. So that's the reason why I'm moving from the left to the right, because I'm trying to avoid all of this stuff. Okay, I need to destroy the eye on the corner. Okay, I was able to. I prefer to destroy the eyes on the corner first, because those eyes are more time out of the screen. So I prefer to do that on the first hits, because those are the most easiest ones. Because after a while, King Galaxian is gonna start to shoot some beams against me when there are no enemies on screen. So trying to hit the eyes are gonna take some time. It's more easier to reach the eyes that are not in the corner, because those are the eyes that are more time on the screen. And also, when you destroy the eyes, you get a piece of health. And now, this is a complicated section. I'm gonna keep quiet here. I need to get covered by a lot. I'm getting really awful patterns with the laser beams. Okay, this was the worst pattern I got. Unfortunately, I'm gonna lose here 3 minutes, so there's a chance that I run out of the estimate. Unfortunately. I need to play as clean as possible. It has been a long time since I've died on this boss stage, but I was getting really awful patterns with the laser beams, because most of them were well, even with King Galaxian beams, all of their beams were shooting almost at the same time, and they give me no space to move freely and try to avoid them. So this was really unfortunate. I'm gonna lose 3 minutes to do that. And any possibilities to get a Marathon TV are dead from up to this point. So I'm gonna be trying to play not so safe, but at the same not so risky, in order to be able to finish this under the estimate. Yeah, because I was getting also really weird patterns with King Galaxian and laser beams. I don't know why, I'm getting really awkward patterns. I think this is the first time that this happened to me. Okay, second try. It should be better. Okay, this was slightly decent. And there we go. King Galaxian. Mistakes were made. But the game haven't also cooperated properly with us. I felt really bad about that, but show needs to keep going. Now, phone house section. Not my favorite one, but not my least favorite one also at the same time. Here in Clown around we have nothing interesting to get. Also, those clowns on those planes are really annoying and are big trolls. I wasn't planning to catch those cherries. I'm looking for a chest that has a piece of health. And also, maybe you have noticed also that there's some Pac-Man letters here. That's gonna take us to a bonus section if we get all the letters from Pac-Man's name. But that's usually mostly used on any person that skips stages. Now here we need to keep bouncing and enjoying these wonderful colors of this stage. And also those things in the background are not solid, so I'm gonna fall down. If I fall down, I'm gonna die directly. There's no way to bounce back. Because again, a lot of stuff looks solid, but those are not really. And now it's not supposed that we do this with some movements with your zigzag. You can get those stairs because it's supposed the way to press another switch in order to reach those stairs. And there we go. Fortunately, this is not a long stage, so I have not so many problems with this. Now, Barrel Blast. This is the stage where we're gonna be getting the key. And on my first runs, I used to forget that a lot because you need to do some damage boosting here in order to save some time. Oh well, rather than damage boosting, is more like a dead abuse. But we're gonna be watching that later on the stage. Another main problem that people may face when they play this game for the first time is the vision. It's not really good, and sometimes it's gonna look like you're close to some stuff, but those are not gonna be close to you. That's a big problem that the game has. That's one of the things that haven't aged well about this game, because for today's standards, it's still being a good platforming game. I will recommend if nobody has played this. You can play this on your PS3, PSP, and PS Vita. Well, I think you cannot play it anymore on PS Vita. But I need to get this Chrome key, just to be safe. I just decided to wait, because it's supposed that you need to get it. I haven't got it for some reason. But since I'm low on health, I'm gonna need this. Because there's a little skip here, but and on that skip, you can bounce over that board. But I have tried to get it recently. I haven't been able to get it. Unfortunately, well, I'm gonna give it a try one time. I haven't got it. Let's try it again. Okay, let's go for the intended route, which is to go back here. But those ones are gonna be shooting some steam, so I don't need to receive damage. Because if I receive another hit, I'm gonna die. I'm close to that here, which is not good. And we reach this section where we have a lot of hot platforms that if I touch, obviously I'm gonna die. I'm gonna receive damage and I'm gonna die because I'm low on health. Okay. I have dashed really early, so I was so close to don't be able to grab a wedge. And now here's suppose that we need to go to the right section and then press a switch, and that switch is gonna spawn some stairs on the left section. But we also have here a chest, and if we bounce over it, we can reach this section without problems, and we don't need to go to the with the stairs route, and we can just continue without problems. So I'm gonna wait until a specific moment in order to die on purpose, just to have my health filled. Also, the camera doesn't help to do a lot here. Well, I have died here, it doesn't matter. It's a good point to die, but here I need to have my health as full as possible. Because here we can see that bell there, and that's the bell that we need to use in order to get the key. But we need to activate something before we're able to grab it. So what we're going to be doing is that once I reach this spot, I'm going to be hitting that blue switch. First I'm going to be getting the checkpoint, because otherwise I'm going to forget to get this. The checkpoint is going to be helpful because we're going to be doing a damage boost here, because it's required that I die. I'm just gonna get this, I reach this spot, I'm gonna die, but I'm gonna be spawning on the other section where I have dropped the checkpoint. I just need to go back, open the door, and I get the key in order to rescue Baby Pac, which is trapped on SpeedGaming, which is the next stage. And at the same time I'm gonna refill my health, again. And we need to wait for these platforms to come back. Something good about this platform is that we can keep bouncing over them, and that's something we're going to be doing on a bit. I double bounce here just to have a better camera position for this. And there we go. Yes, imagine remembering what do you need to do. I used to forget everything, which was my breakfast. I remember that I said I was gonna take my breakfast today, but I don't remember what I've taken as a breakfast. And now spin dizzy. Really annoying stage. I need to be really honest with this. I really hate this stage. I don't like it. First, I'm gonna be skipping that checkpoint. That's gonna be useful later for me. To press this button. I have got a checkpoint, but I haven't pressed the button for it. So I need to wait again for this cycle. And the button that I pressed was gonna activate all these platforms, and I was gonna be able to move through them. I can reach it! I can reach it! Yes, I reached it. I have moved really slow there, and I was so close to don't reach the platform, but I decided to take risks. And you know, I'm pretty glad that I was able to get that without problems. Have all these moving platforms, and casually talking, a lot of people get confused here with this platform because it's gonna look like it's in front of you, but you need to get here on the back section, otherwise you're not gonna be able to reach all these spots. And I'm losing data, nice. I was able to keep streaming without problems, and now my internet decided to randomly make me lose data. Spooky. Yes, but I mean, I prefer to see these considering that now it's November rather than Christmas stuff, because my birthday is on November 20th, and in Mexico we celebrate the Revolution Day, the Mexican Revolution Day. So if I'm honest with everybody, I really hate to see Christmas stuff in November due to that. Oh well, let's pretend that Halloween is not over yet. And that we are not on a lovely weather for this lake wreck together with you guys. Let's pretend that, okay? And we're gonna be good. For the safeness of everything. And well, after this we're gonna be facing another annoying stage, another boss fight. You will see in a bit why that's annoying to complete. And well, this is an annoying section of this stage for me. And if I die or if I fail a lot, I can lose like a minute, because what I need to do is that we're gonna be having these rotating platforms, and I need to press the switch, which is gonna activate this other platform, and then these rotating platforms are gonna change their direction. But we're gonna be having also these ghosts and these helicopters on these planes, messing up things. And once I reach this other button, this other platform is gonna start to move, and then the same things get repeated and 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 repeated, and well, you get it. And something I am proud about this is that recently, on my last runs, I have been able to complete this without bigger problems like this, because I used to fail a lot here. And well, Baby Pac has been rescued. We refill our health, we get the token, and there we go! Let's move to Clown Pricks. And yes, the name suggests what are you thinking about. There's nothing hidden between it. There's nothing hidden on that. Now, Clown Bricks. It's supposed that they are telling to us that we're not gonna be able to defeat them, and then our clown said, hey, but what happened if he catches the Pac doesn't pull the second button? And then the other clown tells to that clown to shut up. And well, the main reason why this is annoying is because we're playing these bumping carts. And there are a lot of sections with no walls, so you fall down, probably you die. And since there are no checkpoints, you start from the beginning of the stage. Also, I don't used to take the boostings here yet. Oh, well, something good is that I was able to skip all clowns and reach the first place first, really quick. This is something good. Because if you reach the first place, the clowns are not gonna spawn again. So I'm really glad about this, but the controls are really slippery, so I need to be really careful with that. So I'm gonna keep quiet. I'm going to try to focus into do this, because we're gonna be having some explosions outside. Suppose that they are gonna distract you. Yeah, the controls are really slippery, so trying to do this on a better way is kind of complicated. Okay, fortunately this is the last section of the stage. And there we go. I'm really happy that I was able to avoid all the clowns really quick. Because if you don't do that, you're gonna be losing a good amount of time trying to avoid all of them, so I'm really happy about it. Yeah, that's a good reminder. Last year we got Crash 3, but I hope that I can practice Crash 2 for next year, considering it's gonna be an online event. If it's an in-person event, I guess that I'm gonna be saving money in order to attend an SGLive. And I'm not gonna lie, I would like that next year we can have a an in-person event that I would like to attend, mostly because my visa expires at the beginning of 2023, so the next year is the last year I have to in order to visit the United States. And I would like to hang out with SpeedGaming gang. Because that will be, if I do that, that will be my first marathon. My first international marathon that I will attend. After that, I need to save money to go to an ESA. Just traveling to Sweden is really expensive when you live in America. The continent, right? Yeah, was a suggestion, but for this game, solid collision, well, solid invisible walls are also a suggestion. Because a lot of elements are gonna look solid, but they're not solid. And also, those elements should have a kind of invisible wall or collision box, but those doesn't happen. It's curious because there are a lot of sections where there are not invisible walls, where let's suppose that they should exist. And also, Peerless Pipes has nothing. And also, the next stage, Under Pressure, has nothing, but we have a cool skip in order to avoid the underwater section, which I'm really glad about that. Okay, I need to catch that because it's gonna be helpful for me on the next stage. Okay, now Under Pressure. We need to clarify something. After I mentioned that stage, we can recognize that we have two kind of people on this existence. The first of them are going, after listening to Under Pressure, a Queen song will be played in their heads. And for the second group of people, the only Vanilla Ice hit is gonna be played on their mind. So, which song have you listened first? Queen song or the Vanilla Ice song? Also, on Crash 3, there's a stage also called Under Pressure. And that's the reason why on my Crash 3 splits I named that as Ice Ice Baby. Or as Vanilla Ice, I don't remember. No, I named it as Ice Ice Baby. Usually I used to put a meme names when I don't care so much about some stuff or when I feel really confident about the game. But for some reason I haven't wanted to use meme names on my splits for this game. Maybe at some point I will name it like that. I will keep some meme names, but not for now. Okay, I can grab that piece of health, but I have most of my health right now, so I don't feel like I really need it. If I were really low here, I was gonna give it a try and try to catch it. I'm gonna wait. Come on! Okay, this is bad, I'm close to die here. But this is the out of bounds section is closed. And also there's a checkpoint here. So I need to grab some pack dots to be safe. I get the checkpoint. And okay, I was trying to defeat that enemy, but I will take the death. That's decent anyways. Because I used to grab the pack dots in order to defeat those enemies, but also with this thing that I never knew how these things are called, I used to die sometimes. And here we're going to be having the out of bounds section, because it's supposed that we need to fall down there and then some other water section. But the way that we're going to be skipping that is that after I bounce a little bit here... No! Okay, it's fine that I died. It's fine that I died. Because Pac-Man has... well, Pac-Man physics are similar to a hole. So he's gonna slip off if he's on a hill like that. And I prefer to die there instead of falling down into the water, because the water section is really slow. You skip like two and a half minutes doing this. So again, second try. Because once you are bouncing here, okay, you need to do some zigzagging, and then we are out of bounds. But we need to trigger the next loading section. So what I'm gonna be doing is that I'm gonna keep out of bounds, but I'm gonna put Pac-Man in the middle of these two textures and these two boxes, because with that I'm gonna be triggering the next loading zone. And then I just need to swim moving to the right, and with this, all the underwater section was skipped. I was gonna say that that it was fun that I received damage, but I received twice damage, so that's not good. Trying to escape these sections with damage boosting can be a bit tricky sometimes. And well, we are on the factory section of the game, and this is not our factory, right? This is from the evil guy, so we need to do some sabotage here. We need to destroy all elements here, maybe, because there's a button here and it has a signal that says don't press it, but I'm gonna press it because I am the law and I don't follow game rules, and now everything is a big mess up, so it's better to run and just get outside of this. Sometimes I used to die trying to get that piece of health. I'm glad that I haven't died. Más vale decir aquí corrió que aquí murió. It's better to say somebody ran outside of here instead of somebody has died here. That term has more sense if you still say that in Spanish. And this is him. And now, down the tubes, the last stage that we need to complete on this section before we're able to face the boss stage, which is Crumb Keeper. This stage has another interesting skip that, unfortunately, it's not so consistent. And also, that this is one of the other reasons why I have a really high estimate. Like, almost 10 minutes higher than my PB, because as I have mentioned on the previous stage when I was doing the underwater skip, is that we trigger a loading section, because this game loads per chunk. So if for some reason I open this cover and then reach a specific spot, the game is not gonna have nothing there. So that was used as an strat before, because when you reach a specific section with a door that you needed to skip, you needed to prevent the game loading that section. So once you reach that spot, once you reach a specific spot, you need to open the discover in order to prevent the game loading the door. So with that you're gonna be able to skip it. But now that's not allowed anymore, and we have another strat that it's mostly more interesting. And I decided to die there mostly to be safe. I have done that on purpose, because sometimes these steams can be a bit annoying. Attention. This is the police. This speedrun is illegal. Now, everybody, follow my instructions. So, Pac-Man Jr. is there, and we need to do another water section puzzle that is gonna take almost 3 minutes to be able to reach the bell that we need to open the door. So what I have done there is that there's some specific spot where I need to jump, make a slide jump and press the button in order to quit. Unfortunately I was pushed it out, so that was the first attempt. Let's do the second attempt. So if I jump on this spot and I press the up button, I'm gonna flip a little bit. Okay, I haven't flipped it there. I have clipped because I got a little bounce when I reach the corner of the door. So you need to keep pressing up and right in order to skip the door, and if the game decides to cooperate with me, I'm gonna be able to skip that really quick. Okay, and I think that was my third attempt. Fourth attempt. Pac-Man. Okay, I'm gonna do it again because I was on a bad spot. Because it's about that Pac-Man doesn't need to keep quiet. He needs to look like he was trying to bounce like that. Like that. That's the correct way to try to do this because that's a signal that you're doing the correct setup. Okay. This is bad. This is really bad. The game's not cooperating with me. Okay, there we go. How does that work? I don't know. Game physics are really weird. Also, I don't need to catch the checkpoint, otherwise the water's gonna rise up. That's gonna be really bad. And now I need to die. And after I die, I'm gonna be back on the last checkpoint I got, which was here close to Pac-Man Jr. I need to double bounce and make some zigzag to reach that spot. I wasn't able to get it. I'm gonna do it from this section, which is supposed that it's more easier to get. But looks like today is not Pac-Man Day. And then we'll rescue Pac-Man Jr., but we don't need to get the piece of hell that he's gonna give to us because we have died. And now we just need to reach the end of stage. With that you can save like 2.5 minutes also, if you make that billboard skip. And there we go. That was on the tubes. And now it's time to go and face Chrome Keeper. Which is it's a really slow boss fight. And something I need to mention is that here he's gonna be having 8 bars of health. On the Japanese release he just have 6. So we have free time to save on the Japanese version of the game. Okay, that was really bad. Oh no, no, I got a piece of health and I received damage. Sometimes it's random elements you can get on the boxes. But the first box you open, if you don't have the crumble, it's gonna be a crumble. I needed to move just to keep that box here. I don't like to start from the right section because I can mess up things sometimes. But also it's really important to avoid those magnets for obvious reasons. I consider that self-explanatory and I need to mention why. And skip those. And also, as you have seen, Chrome Keeper was gonna throw me a wood box, but it was destroyed after I pressed the middle switch. That's the reason why I like to keep these boxes on these sections. And if I don't have the crumble, I'm gonna receive damage when I press those switches. Okay, I'm not gonna get mad there because I got a full health restorer. That was really good. Well, that was a good RNG. But I have no... I'm gonna wait for that box to calm down, and also the effect of this thing is gonna finish. It doesn't matter if I receive damage there. I was planning to have that wooden box here in order to optimize a little amount of time. And it's good that that box kept there on the left section. I prefer to start from the left to the right instead of from the right to the left. And also another wooden box that I was gonna miss, but I have to kill another one. Now, if I were playing Japanese version, this could have been the end, but this is not a Japanese release, so we need to take some extra time. I'm gonna do this slow. And I have another wooden box here on the left section. Okay, that's a one, but I'm not gonna catch it. I was looking for a piece of health. And there we go. From Keeper defeated. Now it's time to move to the next stage of the game. Well, the last section of the game. We have rescued all 5 Pac-Man friends up to this point, and now we go to the last section we need to unlock. That is the Pac-Man section. And these are my less favorite stages also. So this is an empty stage, there's nothing here. I don't need that, but let's be as safe as possible. I'm gonna try to play also a bit safer in these stages, because we know what happened on runs where you are really taking a lot of risks. And also, we were talking about spooky things and Halloween has finished. Well, in this section you can complain about Halloween if you want. You have all the rights to do it. And yes, that was an excellent hit by those bats. I really hate those bats. Those are the most annoying enemies in this last section of the game. I really knew that. I feel like Donald in my shirt right now about that. And also, everything can make you bounce by a lot, so I need to be careful about that because sometimes those bounces can be a bit slow. I'm gonna be grabbing that one up. I don't feel that I'm gonna need, but I'm gonna be grabbing it just in case. Because some days ago when I was rusting this game, I died on the last stage before facing Pac-Man. So there's a small chance that I decide to save the game before that stage. Creepy catacombs. We have here the key in order to rescue Miss Pac-Man, which is the last character we need to rescue. And something curious about the game is that on next year after this game release, the year 2000, Miss Pac-Man Maze Madness was released. It's another good game, but I haven't been able to find a copy of that game on a good price because I would like to learn it. But at the same time, I am aiming that I'm gonna buy a Dreamcast to run the game, and I don't know what I'm dying there. A lot of truly bad. because that's one of the few cases where the Dreamcast version is the best to run the game because it loads faster than the PS1 version on a PS2 with fastest speed. Well, Division. What else I can do? Definitely after this stage I'm gonna be saving the game. I cannot believe that I'm dying a lot at the beginning of this stage. This is not supposed to be the section where I can die by a lot. Pac-Man, please. That's my revenge, Spanky! And I needed to bounce down there due to that spider. That was really bad because it's supposed that you get the combo here because you can skip all of these pushing walls because those make you damage. I needed to take my revenge against that spider. But yeah, I'm losing a good amount of lives, and that's not good. Also, damage boosting, but I don't care since there's a full restorer here. Full health restorer. And we need to get the key right here. I don't remember exactly which if this was the intended way or how I suppose that I get the key, but I have got it. And I'm glad that I haven't died because also my PV I think that I had died trying to get outside of the cage because I wasn't able to defeat that skeleton properly. Looking to this, I feel that we're gonna be finishing underestimate. This looks like a 118 or 119 if I don't mess up things again. Okay, that was like bad timing for getting some damage boosting. I was close to jump there. I'm really happy that the game dropped my input. I'm really glad about that because I pressed the jump button. I'm really glad the game decided to drop my jump input. Okay, just to be safe, I'm gonna save the game. And we can listen to how messed up my disc is, well, my PS2 is, because it keeps skipping the CD audio tracks on the sections where CD audio tracks are being loaded. I mean, I'm still having a good amount of lives, but I decided just to save here, just to be safer. Better than nothing. Okay, I wasn't able to get the boost there, so let's go for the intended route. And so I need something to refill my health. Okay, in some way that was something that refilled my health. Not on the way I was planning for, but I take it, I guess. I mean, it worked at the end of the day. Okay, this is the complicated section because the vision will face a lot here. I tried to use a visual cue here to know where I need to move, and well, that was bad. Yes, you need here a visual cue to know in which point you need to move in order to reach that cloud. 3. Second attempt was better. And also there's a bell here that I'm gonna be using to open the door. Not the intended bell to catch, to open that door, but I wanna do what I wanna do. And there we go, all the stages have been completed, and now it's time to face Pac-Man, and with this we're gonna be done with the run. Well, anyways, let's save the game because why not? I forgot that I was not gonna save here, but just in case. And also, if you wanna play this game casually, save your game after you complete the stage, because if you defeat Pac-Man, you're not gonna be able to save the game after that. And here we get a cutscene when Pac-Man arrives to the party and people notice that Pac-Man was the imposter among us. And now, Pac-Man. On the first phases, he's gonna be throwing some pack dots that we need to shoot against him. Because if you use 10 pack dots, you're gonna be getting a special extra hit that in Japanese releases requires 6 pack dots. And also in the Japanese version, you don't have those ghosts, those blinky clones on the stage, making this really easier. Japanese people are weird because it's supposed that in Japan there are a lot of amazing video game players, but sometimes their games are more easier, sometimes their games are more harder. I don't understand the logic behind that, but anyways. Once you make the damage to Pac-Man, a big electromagnet is gonna be activated. It's gonna make that he gets trapped in the middle of the stage. And if I'm good enough, I can make a bounce that can help me to reach him without needing to wait for the stairs to spawn, like I have done here. Unfortunately, I failed that on the first attempt. And also, I don't need to be on the floor when he bounces, otherwise I'm gonna get another shock, which is gonna make me damage. Come on, Pac-Man! This is bad! I love that place. Okay, we're gonna be running out of the estimate just for a little bit. This was really bad. I don't know why I got stuck. That's the first time that I got stuck on the stairs. Pac-Man, please. And well, now on this last phase, Pac-Man is gonna dash. But if we are faster enough, we can prevent that he dashes. And we can hit him. Unfortunately, that ghost was trolled with us. And also, I need to stay a bit away from Pac-Man, otherwise he's gonna start to bounce. And what I'm looking for is that he starts to dash. Okay, time finishes when I make the last hit. Fine. Okay, under the estimate, I take it. It was good. And also, somebody wasn't believing me that I was zigzagging and I was not using any analog sticks because usually analog sticks are slower for PS1 speedruns. Here you have my controller. It's mirrored because I have my camera mirrored. This is the controller I use. No sticks.
It's so unfair. You ruined everything. Nobody loves a ghost.
And well, that was Pac-Man World. All the levels. I really hope you have enjoyed this. Believe me, if you haven't played this game, you should give it a try. Even for today's standards, still being a really excellent platforming game. Maybe the division hasn't aged well, but besides of that, the game is pretty fun and enjoyable to play. And also, the 100% route, you need to unlock after you unlock all modern mazes. You need to do something called marathon mode that would take like 50 minutes. And that's required for the 100% on the American version, but on the Japanese release you don't need to do that. Also, that's the reason why for 100% the Japanese version is good. If you want to give it a try, just do it. It's a really good game. You can still buy it on the PlayStation Network for the PS3 and PSP, or well, there are other ways also to play the game that for legal reasons I'm not gonna mention, but you know what I'm trying to say, right? And with this, my blog for the first day of the marathon finishes. That I'm gonna be doing some hosting duties later, and at the same time I'm gonna be helping on the setup. So I really hope that these humble runs were enjoyable for everybody watching the marathon. And remember to donate, and at the same time to make any proposal, to submit any game for a good candidate for any new tournament for next SGLive. There's gonna be handled on the next year. We're still having also a good amount of prizes and donation incentives, so when you donate you can put your money towards those incentives. And well, I was GhostSenpai, that's everything from my side, and see you guys and keep enjoying the marathon.